some word problems dealing with areas and areas and perimeters of a rectangles and squares. So let's look at this first one. The perimeter of a rectangular playground is 46 meters. If the length of the park is 7 meters, what is the width of the park? All right, so I like to draw pictures when I do these types of problems just because it gives me a good visual. Actually, I'll do it over here. So it says that the perimeter is 46 meters. The length is 7, which means this is 7 as well. What is the width? So we don't know the width. So we know the width is the same we have. So we know that perimeter is going to be length plus width plus width. So we can also say that perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. So I can plug those in. So I know my L is 7, but we don't know our width. So perimeter is 46 equals 2, my length of 7, plus 2W, which we don't know. So I can go ahead and I can simplify that. So it's 46 equals 14 plus 2W. So I want to get W by itself, which means I need to subtract 14 from both sides. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2, which means that W equals 16. So the width is 16 meters. Let's look at this one. Herbert is decorating a bulletin board in his school lobby. The bulletin board is 7 feet by 11 feet rectangle. He wants to add a border. What is the length of border that he needs? So again, when we think about the border of something, how much around, this is perimeter. So we want to know the perimeter of this bulletin board. So I'm going to draw a little picture of my bulletin board. It's going to be 11 feet by 7 feet. So if this side's 11, that means this side is also 11, and this is also 7. So I just said we need to find the perimeter. So what is the perimeter of this? 11 plus 11 plus 7 plus 7. Again, if we want to know the border around something, even though it says length right here, length is a little bit of a misleading word. The length of the entire border around it is going to be our perimeter. So we need to take 11 plus 11 plus 7 plus 7, and that'll give us 36 feet. Let's look at another one. So Charles has a rectangular flower garden that is 5 yards long and 12 yards wide. One bag of fertilizer can cover 6 yards squared. How many bags will he need to cover the entire garden? All right, so we're talking about how much inside the garden. So that is an area problem. So this time we're going to be doing area. So he has a garden that is 5 yards long, 12 yards wide, and he wants to know how many bags of fertilizer he needs to cover all of this inside. So again, an area question. So first we need to find the area, which is going to be 5 times 12, because we have 5 for the width, 12 for the length, which is going to give us an area of 60 yards squared. So then it goes on to say, one bag of fertilizer can cover 6 yards. So we need to know how many bags. So to figure out how many bags we need to figure out how many, we need to divide. We need to divide by 6, which will give us 10 bags. Because we need to know, okay, one bag will cover 6 yards. So 6 yards, we can do that 10 times to give us the full length. So we need 10 bags of fertilizer. So Betty wants to install a new carpet in her living room. The room length is 15 feet wide. The length is 15 feet and the width is 15 feet. If the cost is $8 per square foot, what will be the total cost of carpet for her living room? So we have feet by feet, and we want to know what the cost will be. Again, we aren't just doing carpet around the outside, so it's not going to be a perimeter problem. It's going to be an area problem because we want to find out how much we need for this entire piece. So to find the area, we have 15 times 15, which will give us an area of 225 square feet. And it's $8 per square foot. So every square foot that we have, it's going to cost us $8. So if we have 225 feet, we need to multiply that by $8 per square foot. And that will give us $180 or $1,800 to carpet this room. All right, so go ahead and try these next couple on your own. Laura warms up by jogging around the soccer field that is 80 yards by 120 yards. How many yards does she jog if she goes around the field 2 times? So important things to look at in this question. 80 yards by 120 yards. She's going around the field 2 times, and she's going around the field. So if we want to know how much around, we have 80, 120. So we're going around. We are doing the border in this question. She's running around this field. So this is going to be a perimeter question. So we have 80 over here, 120 over here. So the perimeter is going to be 80 plus 80 plus 120 plus 120. So 80 plus 80 plus 120 will give us a perimeter of 400 yards. However, she's doing it 2 times, so we need to multiply this by 2, which will give us 800 yards is how much she's running. Last one. After installing the carpet, Betty decides to also install floor wood molding for the living room. The molding will go around the entire room. The molding costs $4 per foot. What will be the total cost? All right. After installing carpet, Betty decides she also wants to install wood floor molding for her living room, which is 12 foot by 8 foot. The molding will go around the entire room. The molding costs $4 per foot. What will be the total cost of the molding? All right, so we have a living room That is 8 feet by 12 feet. So that's important. So 12 feet by 8 feet. It will go around the room, and it is $4 per foot. So if it goes around the room, we are looking at another perimeter problem. So you want 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12. So you have 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12. That'll give us a perimeter of 40 feet. So we want to know the cost, and it's $4 per foot. So we have 40 feet, so we need to multiply it by $4, which will give us $160. All right, that's the end.